Here is another tiny home building video. We're going to add a single car garage to the 2-story tiny home, and this will provide additional lateral structural support to the small home. And our garage is going to be 12 foot wide. You can always make it smaller or wider. And the slope of the roof is realistically going to be determined by the roof rafters sitting on top of the wall framing base plate for the second story. So you can see the rafters sitting on top of the base plate. You can always use a ledger to change the roof pitch if you want to. Simply nail a ledger to the wall framing. Our rafters are 2x8 and they are spaced 2 foot on center. And they are shaped down here at the base so that we can use 2x6 fascia board. And a lot of times if I'm going to use 2x6, that's 5.5 inches wide, I'll shape the rafters over here to where they're 5 inches wide. I don't need to go 3.5 inches on this if I'm not going to be installing any soffit materials. And you can always run the backing board all the way over to here if you want to. And of course our blocking. And you're going to need to install drywall backing here, ceiling backing if you're going to be drywalling the ceiling in the garage. Don't forget this is going to be a 1 hour firewall here. It's going to require 5/8 Type X drywall, the entire length of this wall here. And our blocks here are going to nail to the wall framing, and this is going to create a nice connection from this side of the building to this side of the building here. And don't forget to put some type of a moisture barrier building paper behind the fascia board here to prevent water leaking into that area. And of course our backing for the fascia board, it's a 2x4. And even though we don't need to have this rafter sitting on top of the base plate here, we can always stop it right here. But I went ahead and did it anyway for this project because what I want to do is install the roof rafter first and then build this wall, because I think that's going to be easier than trying to shape the wall to fit. And I've done that before with great success. So remove our backing there. You can see right here where the rafter is fitted into this area here, and our wall framing stud is now sitting on top of the rafter. Next up, let's take a look at the blocking here and the roof rafter. We're going to have a seat cut here, and I would recommend the seat cut for full bearing, even though I understand it's going to be a little bit easier to simply set the rafters on top of the base framing plate. And I really don't know if that's really going to make that big of a difference on a project like this one here. And to provide you with a different example here, I went ahead and ran this block all the way through and then shaped the roof rafter because the wall framing really wasn't in the best location for the roof rafter. And to provide you with an idea of what it would look like if you were going to use a ledger here instead of having the rafters sitting on top of the base plate. Maybe you want to raise it an inch or two or lower it an inch or two. Next up, let's go ahead and head to the end of the building here to provide you with a couple of more views of the blocking. Now keep in mind that this blocking here is also going to provide us with perimeter roof sheathing nailing. And of course the ledger would do the same thing also. Next up, let's go ahead and provide you with an example of how I would build something like this to prevent doing any complicated math for these rake walls or creating any problems for them fitting together well. And you might even have a difficult time framing them without a completely flat surface here. So I would build this wall first, brace it up, make sure that it is nice and plumb in every direction, and then I would build my roof. Now you don't need to build the entire roof if you don't want to. You could simply install this roof rafter and this roof rafter here, and then build the other 2 walls. So wall, roof, and then the walls. And then we're going to run our fascia board sheathing and we are done. So hopefully I've done my job and provided you with something you might have actually learned, or at the very least, another way you can add a single car garage to a tiny 2-story home. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by hitting the thumbs up button or letting us know in the comment area.